Hello everybody, this is Oziri Emeka from foreigncodes.com. So on the last video we talked about JQuery and we impute this small functionality to actually test if jQuery is loaded on our page. Okay, if you completely new to jQuery and you don't understand what I wrote here, just ignore it, okay? Just ignore this. In fact, I'm gonna comment this out. This was done just to show us that we could actually test if jQuery is actually loaded on our page. Okay, so we're going to start something out real quick. Okay, for the sake of those who is completely new to JavaScript or jQuery, I'm going to run a short series in this section that will teach us a couple of things about jQuery, JavaScript in a whole, and jQuery, because we need that should I say that prerequisite knowledge about it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is variables. So what are variables? Variables are small containers that actually save value for us or save information for us. Okay, they come handy and we could use them wherever we want. We just have to call on the name of the variable. So how do we do this? We do this by using the keyword var and the name of the variable. So in this case, I'm just going to define a couple of variable and we use the equal to assign it a value, and we define the type of the variable. So that basically three types of variables, which is the string, and we have integer. So I'm going to set integer to a number because integer is a number, and we have boolean. Okay, so boolean true or false value. Okay, so true, or could make it false. Okay, so this is how we define a variable. This is how we define a variable. How do we recognize a string? A string has this single or double quotes in it. An integer has just numbers without a single or double quote, and boolean is either a true or false value. So how do we show this on our browser? We show this on our browser by console.login. Console.log, this is my favorite one, console.log, and we put the name of the variable, which in this case is a string. Okay, and I'm just gonna do this a couple of times. I just copy, paste. Okay, so we have integer right here, and we're gonna have boolean right here too. So boolean. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to my browser and I'll reload. Okay, so we have string 30 and true. Okay, so we have this error right here, guys, because we didn't declare the UTF chassis for it. So but I'm just gonna ignore that. Please ignore this. Okay, please just ignore that, and then maybe I should do that right away. So I'll do that right away by adding method chassis UTF-8 to it. So just like so. So if I reload, you see the error is gone. So that happens if we didn't set an encoding for our file. Okay, so the next I want to talk about, please guys, I'm taking this super fast as I can because I already make lectures like this. Like I said, I cannot overemphasize on this. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is functions. So functions, what are functions? Functions is a kind of a code or a sequence of code we write that actually does a particular task for us. So in this case, we define a function by first using the function name. In variables, we use the keyword var, but in function, we use the function name, which is function, and the name of the function. So name of function, like so. And there we could pass in parameters, but in this case, I don't want to. So next, I just want this function to do a simple return for us. Return console.log name for us. Okay, so I'm just gonna call on this function right here. Call on this function right here. So if I reload this, I have string. Okay, so this is the function in place. String is the function in place. String was the first variable we defined, and so on. So the next thing I want to talk about too is events. Okay, so events. So what is events? When we do a particular task on our browser, it's an event. So if I go to my browser, I over something, over an item, a div box, or click on an item or drag an item, it's an event. Okay, so jQuery has super functionality that makes events more super cool and easy. We'll talk about that in the subsequent lectures. Okay, so I just want to show us what event really does. So I'm going to show us real quick. So button, and I'm going to add an ID to it called btn. Okay, so I want to show you the first event in play. So the first one I'm going to show us event in play is calling on the name of the function and initialize an event. So in this case, I'm going to say on click and this guy. So let's watch out. So next I want to do is to remove this guy so we don't have a value in our console. So if I reload, we don't have a value right here. Okay, so, and sorry, I need to give my button a text. I need to give it a text, say click me, and reload. So let me reload this guy now. So if I click here, you see this value right as right here. Let me do that again so you watch. There's no value right here, there's no string, and if I click me, we'll see the string right here. Okay, so this is super fun, guys. This is super easy. These are all prerequisite knowledge of JavaScript. I just want to freshen up on this so we don't get lost in the whole process. So another way we could call events is by adding event listeners. Okay, so we do that by saying document. On the pure JavaScript, we say document the query selector, and we pipe in the class, the ID, so which is in this case hash btn, and we say dot add event listener, and event listener, we're going to say the event is going to be click, and we add a comma to it, and we'll pass in a closure function or an anonymous function. Okay, so this is one reason I'm bringing up this course or this short video. The closure function or the anonymous function is a nameless function. It doesn't have a name. We didn't actually give it a name. We could have given it a name if we want to, but we didn't give it a name. Okay, so in this function, I'm going to tell it this time, just copy the whole content right here. Yeah, I'm going to tell it to return a boolean for us. Boolean. Okay, so I just want to double check if I spelled things correctly. Event listener. Okay, so let's see this in play. But before then, we need to remove this guy from it. So let's just remove that and let's reload. So we have an error here, guys, because maybe something is misspelled or maybe there's a wrong code. So I'm just gonna go back and check event listener. Okay, I see there's no E right here. So you see the effect of what's it called? Let me just reload. Okay, so the error is gone. So you see the effect of the console tool. It helps us to see errors on our code. Okay, so we're going to be using the console element to console inspect element to for throughout our course to see errors, to check if our boolean statement works, and then we could do a lot of things with it. So I'm just going to click on this guy right here, and you see true. So we have this value true. So I could change this guy to alert so it's more nicer. So I'm just gonna reload this guy and I'll click on click me, and you see we have true right here. So the essence of me showing us all of this is to show us that we could add events if you don't know about that, and also anonymous function. We use anonymous function a lot in jQuery. Okay, so if we have a function we don't want to call the name, we could use an anonymous function. And if we don't want to call the function name, we could just I'm just gonna copy this and paste it right here and comment this right out, and I'll delete this whole part of the code, and I'm gonna write name of function. So this name of function right here is this function. Okay, this function we define. So what we did here is just we just calling this function name right here. Okay, right here in our code on our event. So if I'm to reload this and I click on click me, so we have string right here. So it's all the same, guys. If I'm to change this guy to a lot so it's more nicer, I just reload and click on click me, and I have string right here. So guys, I'm gonna post all this code on my GitHub page. Okay, so just look at the description channel part of this video, and you're gonna see all of the codes right there. Okay, so feel free to reuse them, feel free to study them, but most importantly, guys, I need you guys to go to my other playlist, which I'm going to show at the end of this video, where you could get this all understanding of what I'm saying. Okay, you need that knowledge, you need the whole knowledge of that. But if you feel you're cool with this idea, if you're cool with this knowledge you got from this video, from this codes right here, we're good to go. I think this is the most important I think we should touch. There are others, okay, you could feel free to check. So thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, please just hit the subscription button so you're still updated. Thank you. Goodbye.